The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, so it's 10:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. I see we have a few people already logged in. So welcome to the What's New in AutoCAD 2020 webinar. My name is Lara Olsen, and I am an AEC application specialist at MicroCAD Training and Consulting, and I'm excited to share with you the new features of the recently released AutoCAD 2020. So before we jump into the new features, I want to let you all know that there will be time for questions at the end, so feel free to type them in as you think of them, and I'll answer them in order at the end of the presentation. I can also give you an opportunity to talk at the end as well if you'd like, but for now I'll just keep everyone muted. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so just like the previous version of AutoCAD, AutoCAD 2020 is packed full of value for subscribers. Here's an overview of what we'll cover in more detail throughout the presentation. First, I'll talk briefly to you about how when you subscribe to AutoCAD 2020, you get access to the right toolset for the right type of work you are doing. Second, I'll show you the AutoCAD web app and the enhanced AutoCAD mobile app, which gives you the freedom and flexibility to work on anything, anywhere, anytime. And then last, I will discuss and demonstrate the newest features showcased in AutoCAD 2020. So let's first start with what's included with your subscription to AutoCAD 2020 with a focus on the specialized toolsets. So as some of you may already be aware, last year they started packaging the AutoCAD software together when you purchase an AutoCAD subscription. So now when you purchase AutoCAD, you are also getting the specialized toolsets for architecture, electrical, mechanical, MEP, Map 3D, raster design, and Plant 3D. Before, these were typically all purchased separately, but now when you buy AutoCAD, you have access to them all. So for example, if you needed tools from AutoCAD Architecture and from AutoCAD MEP, by purchasing an AutoCAD subscription, you now have access to both, as well as the others I listed. All right. Sorry, one second. There we go. Okay. So one of the key benefits of this new setup is that you gain access to features and functionality that help you work faster and more efficiently than ever before. You can design more quickly with industry-specific capabilities that allow you to access libraries of symbols, parts, and detail components. You can also work faster by automating the creation of annotations, layers, and properties. You can be more efficient by extending workflows across disciplines more effectively, and you can do all of this while working in the familiar AutoCAD interface. So now let's take a closer look at the new AutoCAD web app and then the enhanced AutoCAD mobile app. Both provide quick and seamless access to your CAD drawings wherever you are on any device. So these apps make it possible to continue to draft and design with the most up-to-date files while in the field and on the go. And just so you are aware, your AutoCAD subscriptions include access to the new web app and the enhanced mobile app that enable you to work on any DWG in AutoCAD on any platform. So this will work whether you choose to use AutoCAD for Windows, AutoCAD for Mac, AutoCAD on the web, or AutoCAD on a mobile device, including an iPad, iPhone, Android, or Windows. And this allows you to have a cohesive experience across various platforms. So with AutoCAD on desktop, web, and mobile, you can take the power of AutoCAD with you anywhere, and you can productively work on-site with essential tools that let you view, create, and edit CAD drawings on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. So there's no longer a need to bring printed drawings to job sites or client visits. All right, so now let's see this in action. Like I said before, the newest addition to the AutoCAD family of products is the new AutoCAD web app, which gives you quick, anytime access to the latest drawings from any computer. The AutoCAD web app runs in your web browser with no software install required. So you simply visit web.autocad.com and sign in and start working. So with the simplified interface, you'll get the core AutoCAD 2D drafting tools and commands so you can get up to speed quickly and be productive with little to no training. And it's also built with the original AutoCAD engine. So the AutoCAD web app gives you the precision and consistency you've come to expect from AutoCAD. I'll go ahead and log into my AutoCAD web app so you can see it live now. So let me go ahead and switch over. Oops. I typically use, sorry, I don't know why this isn't working. I typically use Firefox. There we go. And it is actually not supported well in that right now. So now I'm in Google Chrome, which I think more people use. And I'm going to go ahead and log into that site now. So it's web.autocad.com. And it's going to ask you to sign in. And I signed in earlier, so it's auto logging me in right now and showing me all the files that I've saved up on the web. So using my previous saved to web files and things I've had on Autodesk Drive and things like that. So anyway, in here you can open an existing drawing if you'd like, or you can even start a brand new drawing, which I'm going to do now. I'm even going to call it new drawing because I'm feeling very creative today. And then you choose whether you would like it to be metric or imperial, and start one from scratch. So this is going to have a lot of functionality that you're already used to in AutoCAD, a lot of the basic drawing and editing tools. You can even do a lot of the settings in here, if you want to set your different units and different snaps and all of that in here as well. Probably one of the big questions you guys might have seeing this for the first time is what does it include and what does it not include? And so after I run through a couple things in here, I'll show you a nice page on the Autodesk Knowledge Network that kind of discusses what's in here now and what's to come. So anyway, I'll just show you, you have access to layers and blocks, and you'll be able to annotate and draw. And I actually, playing around with this and using it for the first time, discovered some things I even like better in here than I do in regular AutoCAD. For example, I started to draw a rectangle in here and realized it would allow me to hit tab to create the other dimension on either side, which I would love to do in AutoCAD. I tried it in there just to see if it would work, but I know there's other ways to get this information in there. But that made it nice and easy to put in those dimensions to add this rectangular shape, and I can go in and draw any shapes and lines and things that I want in here. So this should look and feel just like what you're already used to in the AutoCAD interface. It just becomes a web version that you have access to, and now with the subscription that you can take on the go anywhere. So hopefully you guys will have a chance to log into this going to web.autocad.com and trying this out sometime. And I'll go ahead and show you the other website I was mentioning is there is a Autodesk Knowledge Network article that says or that talks about what's in here, and then they also have some plan features in here. So if there are things that you are missing that you'd like to have, you can kind of have an idea of where they're headed with this as well. So just something to keep in mind, and something you probably already have access to with what you're using here. So let me go ahead and get the PowerPoint back up, and we'll move on to the mobile app. And again, if you have questions, feel free to type them in at any time, and I'll get to those all at the end. All right, so in addition to the new web app, the AutoCAD mobile app lets you work anywhere, even offline. So you'll be able to extend your workflows from the office to the job site with that mobile app. And it's adapted many of the fundamental desktop AutoCAD tools, but it also has some of its own mobile-only tools that allow you to do things like add laser measurements and add site photos to your plan. So things that you'll only be able to do in that app. And then you'll be able to use it on devices like the iPad Pro and Windows Surface. And when you do that, it takes advantage of the high-resolution display on those applications, and also supports the stylus for precision drafting and editing and annotations. So the mobile app's been around a little longer than the web app, so hopefully you guys have had a chance to download this on your mobile devices, whether it's your smartphone or your iPad or something like that. If you haven't done this before, I highly recommend trying it out and giving it a shot, because it'll just increase your mobility with your drawings, and it's a very user-friendly application. So give that a try as well. All right, so in order to enable better workflows across desktop, web, and mobile, you'll want to take advantage of the functionality to access these DWG files in the Office and beyond on these apps. So you'll also be able to, inside of AutoCAD, go to the application menu, and in Save As, you'll see Save Drawing to Web and Mobile. And so this allows you to save those drawings in places where you'll be able to access them in all of these mobile applications. So this allows you to easily go from drafting on your desktop to drafting on your AutoCAD web browser, and then also those mobile apps and vice versa. All right, and there's more great news. So Autodesk is also partnering with leading storage platforms, including Microsoft OneBox, Box, and Dropbox. So this enables you to access your DWG stored in the cloud from AutoCAD on any device. So hopefully this will be especially helpful for those of you that are already using these platforms for your company's data storage. I know a lot of people that use Dropbox and don't really want to save these files in other locations because they're used to storing all their information in that place already. And so now they are partnered with Autodesk. So you should see it work more fluidly between the two. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the new features and enhancements in AutoCAD 2020, which I imagine is why most of you joined in to the webinar today. So let's start with the features that have been added to the core functionality of AutoCAD in this release. And let me introduce the new blocks palette. So this is definitely one of my favorite new features. The new blocks palette includes visual thumbnails of the blocks, making it easier to insert blocks from current drawings, from recently inserted blocks, and also other drawings that you may have saved. You can grab blocks from those as well. You'll also be able to filter to the exact block you're looking for and drag and drop it directly into the drawing. You can also save steps with the new repeat placement option, which was added based on customer feedback. So now let me show you this new option in AutoCAD 2020. And hopefully it'll let me switch over here. Yeah, it's being stubborn. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay, so inside of AutoCAD, you can go up to the View tab, and in the Palettes panel, you'll see a new Blocks option in there, which opens up the Blocks palette. So in here, and I actually searched for a drawing earlier, you'll be able to see what is inside the current drawing, so all the blocks that are in that drawing. You'll also see things that were recently inserted, and you can browse through for other drawings. So when you first try this out, this will be blank, but then you can go and search for other drawings that may have blocks you need. So if I grab this drawing here, now it shows me the blocks that are in this other drawing that I can now drag and drop into this file, which the scale is a lot different for this one, but there it is. And one thing I noticed when I first started playing around with this new feature is that this reminds me a lot of the Design Center, except the Design Center is not as easy to get to and to navigate. This makes it very simple and very visual and allows you to just quickly grab blocks from files where you know those blocks already exist. And now that I did insert this one, that one's going to show up on my recent blocks list as well. So instead of you maybe navigating through hundreds of blocks in a drawing, if you're only using 5 or so blocks at that time, those are the 5 that'll show up in this recently used area. So this is a huge improvement, in my opinion, on the inserting of blocks in these AutoCAD files, and will hopefully make you work a lot faster in the program. All right, so that is the new blocks palette. So I'll switch back to the PowerPoint, and we'll move on to the next new feature. All right, so the next one relates to measuring distances. So in AutoCAD 2020, measuring distances in your drawing is now faster than ever before with the new Quick Measure tool. The new Quick option can be found in the Utilities panel on the Home tab, or for those of you who enjoy typing commands too, which I know there are many of you out there, it'll be part of the Measure Geom command when you type that in and go and measure objects in your drawing. So this new command allows you to measure 2D drawings simply by hovering your mouse. And I'll show you this new option in the software so you can see what I'm talking about. Oops. Hey, it worked that time. All right, so I'm going to open up another file that I have saved here. And I'll go ahead and get rid of the new blocks palette just so we have some more screen space. And I'm going to go up to the Home tab. I'm going to go over to the Utilities panel. And obviously there's other places you can find these measuring tools. But if I find the Measure tool in the Utilities panel and do the pull down list, now at the very top of this list is the new Quick option. So whenever I choose that and go around my drawing, now it just displays all these measurements as I hover around different areas of my drawing to tell me what those measurements are. So I'm not having to click on anything right now. I'm just simply hovering throughout my drawing and seeing what those measurements are around the drawing. So this isn't, I guess they're all my favorites this time, but this is another one of my favorites because visually this really helps me identify different distances in it with not really having to do a lot of work to get those. So definitely try this new measuring tool out up here in the Utilities panel and start finding out your measurements a lot quicker, which is why it's called Quick. So anyway, that's one of the new features for 2020 that you'll see once you get that installed. All right, so now we'll see what the next one on the list is. All right, so last year they introduced a feature called DWG Compare, where you can compare differences between drawings, and they got a lot of customer feedback about things that were great about it and things that were not so great about it. So in this release, they've improved this feature a lot. So based on customer feedback, now you can compare and make changes in real time in your drawings. If you select a drawing to compare to your current drawing, the differences will be displayed right in front of you. And also, using the new toolbar for this, you can quickly toggle on and off the comparison if you'd like as well. You can also select objects from the compared drawing and import them directly into the current drawing in real time as well. So I'll go ahead and show you a quick example of this one in action as well. All right, so we have this villa project that I was just using the measuring tool for. I'm going to go ahead and delete something out of here and save it in a different name. So I'll just delete this car out of the garage. They only have one car now. And I'm going to go to Save As. Also, here's that Save to Drawing or to AutoCAD Web and Mobile I mentioned earlier. But I'm just going to save this on my computer, and I'll just call it Villa Project 2. So now I have two drawings that have this one difference between the two. So let me go back and open the original Villa project. And then if I go to DWG Compare, which is up on the View tab, that's one place to find it. I can go ahead and click on that, find the second drawing that I just saved that has one less car, and hit Open. And it will immediately show me in the drawing where there are differences. So it shows me that car that's missing. It compared both drawings. So this part of this functionality existed in the previous version of AutoCAD, but these new visual tools are things that you'll see in 2020 to help make it easier to work with this command. All right. So hopefully everyone's excited about that one. And now we'll move on to the next one, another exciting one, which is related to Purge in AutoCAD, which I know is a command that many, many of you use. So the Purge has been redesigned for easier drawing cleanup, and it will help you understand why certain items can't be purged now. You'll also be able to select multiple categories and individual objects to purge with added checkboxes on the purge list that I'll show you here in a second. There's also a resizable visual preview area that's added where you can view the selected object before you purge it. And then you'll be able to find all the non-purgeable items in a drawing, which will also list possible reasons why things can't be purged. So I know it's kind of a battle for some people who are trying to clean up their drawing and some things just won't go away. Now you'll be able to investigate that a little more with this new purge option. There's also a new select objects icon where you can find and highlight objects directly in the drawing to assist you with making further changes to those objects. So let's go ahead and take a look at these new purge options inside of AutoCAD. So I'll go ahead and open up another file just so you can look at something a little different, even though these work in all of them. I'll go ahead and open up the cabinet, and I'm going to go and find the Purge tool. So up on the Manage tab, you'll see this whole new panel called Cleanup, where you can purge, where you can find the non-purgeable items. If I go ahead and click on that, it's going to list all these things that can't be purged and give me possible reasons why they can't be used. Like this one's a nested block. And then I can go and look at the purgeable items in the drawing as well. Now, this is where they have another enhancement where instead of me being able to go and just check individual things, I could just check all the blocks to have them be purged as well. So that's going to be a huge time saver for getting rid of large quantities of things that you don't need to have in your drawing anymore. So lots of good things happening on this new Purge dialog box, where you can go and find out what's going on in your drawing, find out what's in there, and different reasons why things can't be purged out of your drawing, which I know that's something that I get a lot of questions about when people are trying to clean up drawings that they have. So hopefully this will be helpful to all of you. All right, I'll go ahead and close out of that. And let's go back to the next thing. All right, so the next part that I'm going to talk about is just the improved performance of AutoCAD 2020. So they're always trying to make it work faster and better. And so in AutoCAD 2020, performance has been improved in two key areas. One is with saving. So now each time you save your work, it should be about 0.5 seconds, which is a whole 1 second faster than it used to be, which may not seem like a lot, but if you save a lot, that may save you hours and hours and hours throughout the year. So just you may notice a difference, you may not, because it is only a second, but they're working hard to make that work faster, so you're not waiting around for anything. And also, when you're installing AutoCAD, if you have a solid state hard drive, AutoCAD should install 50% faster for you this year. It's about 3.5 minutes on average for those solid state hard drives right now. So that will help out a lot as well, hopefully. All right, and then you may have noticed when I was in AutoCAD before that the user interface may look slightly different. They have a new update to the dark theme that they had in AutoCAD before. It has a new modern blue aesthetic, and it's done to reduce your eye strain and ensure the best possible viewing experiences for you. You'll also notice, hopefully, that the icons are sharper and the contrast has been improved on those as well. And when you go to contextual tabs, you should notice that there is better highlighting of that contextual tab and the things that are selected within that. So those are all things you'll want to look out for, and will hopefully make it easier on your eyes with the 2020 version. All right, so just to recap, when you subscribe to AutoCAD, including specialized toolsets, you get access to the industry-specific functionality. You can also speed up your work with the specialized functionality in libraries with that. And you can work anytime, anywhere with the new web and mobile apps, which gives you the freedom to design and draft on the go. And now with the new features, you can work smarter with the latest AutoCAD enhancements and performance improvements across desktop, web, and mobile. All right, so that is all for the presentation today. Thank you so much for attending the What's New in AutoCAD 2020 webinar. I will check to see if there's any questions that anyone asked during the presentation, and also I can give you a chance to ask additional questions if you'd like. For those of you who don't have any questions and are ready to sign up, you may want to jot down my email address there. If you think of things in the future or you start to use 2020 and you have questions, you can always reach out to me through email. So thank you all. Have a great day. And now I'll look for questions for those of you who want to stick around and ask anything. Oops. All right, it looks like I don't see any questions. I see some comments in the questions. So, all right, well, have a good day.